Good day, everyone. Right now, everything is visible on the dashboard. There's no point in showing that the sun is active. We see that in the weather forecast says. We see that in the generation graph. Look, starting at SL30, it's been actively going up, up, up. It's already 11:30. Sunny, open sky, the sun is shining. That's what I wanted to say in this video. How can we change, let's say, to extend the battery's life? For example, we can change the charging current. Well, right now it's 21 amp, and the maximum is 60 amperes. I have 280 batteries. Recently, I filmed a short video about what current to charge the battery with LiFePO4 chemistry. The video, of course, caused a flurry of emotions. Some people thanked someone, others were indignant that the numbers there were inappropriate and all that. That's it. I'm just sharing my recommendations, how I do it myself, and how I advise my friends to do it. And that's what I'm sharing with you. What exactly should be done with these calculations? That is, the charge should be no more than 20% of the capacity from the battery capacity. Voltage is not taken into account here. It's 20% the battery capacity, no more than 20% charging. Naturally, we're talking about normal temperatures. Naturally, no one is talking about the battery being frozen there or all this outside, like -15 degrees, -10 degrees, etc. I'm not talking about all that in this video. Since I use a battery at home myself, it's always at roughly the same temperature, both in winter and summer, around 20 degrees. So this is for standard users who have a battery inverter and the whole system in their apartments, in their rooms. But if there are any temperature changes, then of course an individual approach is needed. But basically this video is suitable for most people. That's it. And these calculations are suitable for most. So for charging the battery, we use no more than 20% of its capacity. And for this charging, I also have this option in my inverter, item 46. I set the maximum permitted battery discharge for 280. I set it to 140 amperes. So the maximum current I allow the inverter to draw from the battery during loads is 140 amperes. That's half the capacity of the cell itself, the battery itself. Let me emphasize again. This data is for the Apple IV, because a lot has been written about it, basically. Everyone disagreed. They've been spewing all kinds of dirt. So, that's clear. That's it. But you understand that the lower the current you use, the lower the current you charge your battery with, the longer it will last. I'm not talking about charging at 1 amp. It's probably natural that you wouldn't be able to charge a battery with that kind of current in 24 hours. And no one stoops to such parameters. That's it. But you could, for example, charge at a different rate than 60 amperes like I do with the maximum. That is, when the sun is at its peak, I get 60 amperes at 12 o'clock. It's even earlier. It's just that right now I have a cascade connection of heating elements. After the 57, my boiler turns on completely, and the first heating element has already started. But according to automation, there's a video on the channel, a whole series of videos dedicated to this topic. You can go to the previous video, watch it. There's a link in the description to all these videos on this topic. I won't dwell on this video. In this video, I just wanted to say that when the sun is active, yes, we can see from the graph that the sun is active. It's practically daytime now. Well, and you can see from the weather forecast that it's practically sunny every day. Here it's set to hourly, so, well, you can switch to daily. And so we see tomorrow and the day after that. For the next 4 days, there will be sun. Then there will be clouds for a couple of days and then sun again. For days like these, you can set it, or let's say not even now, but for summer days when the sun is shining. Well, practically every day, you can set it, reduce it. I'll reduce mine to 48, that is the maximum charging from the sun. Well, in the inverter, there is no such thing as from the sun, from the grid. There is, you set it from the grid and from the sun, or rather, from the sun and the grid. But here, in the mode, we set what we want to get the charge from. As you can see, I have only PV. Written here, meaning I only charge with PV. What am I forgetting there? In the second point, I think it's set to 48 for the summer period, and that will be fine. It will charge 100% a day, along with my automation systems and everything else. Of course, I'll need to think about draining for the summer. It's the off season now. Right now, of course, the drain works exclusively. I don't turn on the gas at all. My boiler used to turn on according to a program in the morning and evening. Now the boiler turns on in the morning. And the house gets so warm during the day from this automation, from these 3 kilowatt heating elements. My house is small, about 52 square meters. Heated floors, only heated floors. Oh, well insulated, energy saving house. So these hours of sunshine per day are enough to heat this house, which in the off season when there is no frost, well, what drops to 0, then it is basically enough for the whole day. Considering that we traditionally ventilate in the morning and evening every day without exception. Still, this is enough to not use gas at all. That's why this is also a great topic. I was able to implement it this year. I thought about it for a long time, but I did it. There were some mistakes. First, I installed a weak heating element. Well, as they say, this video is not about that. Here, further. Actually, further, that's all I wanted to say in this video. So as not to drag it out. This is purely practical advice. How I plan to do it myself, what changes I make, I recommend you. Well, or rather, I don't recommend, I just show. And everyone makes their own decision. You see, now it's 44 and it's 45. Now I'll probably go and change these. Sometimes I change the settings in the app from my phone, from my smartphone. Sometimes I use an inverter. Well, practically everything I've changed lately has been through SRTs. I like it. I connected both devices and it works on one inverter. I also made a video about it. There were several videos like that. And then I finally posted a diagram, which is how I finally got it working, because I tried 4 times unsuccessfully to connect both home system and smarts to the inverter and to get smarts to work 2 of these monitoring devices to one inverter. Yeah, that's it. But in the end, it worked. Everything works fine. Although I use smarts as exclusively, so I don't have to access the inverter, press buttons, and just for setup, I already do all the graphs and all the monitoring entirely through Case-Toms. I'm so used to it. The automation is convenient here, and it's also convenient for monitoring and analyzing processes. Well, anyone who uses it will understand. That's it. Friends, I hope this video helped someone. I encourage like-minded people to share their thoughts in the comments. Perhaps you have some ideas on how to make your battery's job easier. It's definitely warmer. Especially when it's warm. I'm already looking at the battery's temperature display, and the temperature is rising to 28 degrees Celsius on the cells, on the battery itself, on the BMS itself. There's a thermometer. So, I just like to make it work a little easier so that even the permitted 1/5 of the permitted charging current could be reduced, so to speak, to put less strain on the unit at higher temperatures. Share your thoughts in the comments. Like this video if you enjoy it. Peace to everyone.